saw a comment and it was if they had $1,000 budget, what would they buy? And my response to it was Sword and Shield stuff and celebrations. But I'm gonna go in deeper. So you watching this, maybe you have a couple hundred, maybe 1,000. I'm gonna go high price and I'm gonna go low price on what I think personally would be good investments for someone who's made thousands of dollars and for someone who's been in the market for a very long time. So I can kind of give you more so nerdy answers in a sense. So hopefully you enjoy. Make sure y'all subscribe if y'all new. On the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I plan on doing like a POV of a card show that I'm going to soon. So I'll have a budget set out. I did all that. I financed it out. So I'm really excited for that. So let's talk about some of these sets, right? I'm going to talk about sets that are starting to go up, sets that are kind of at this medium that wouldn't be a bad idea to buy into because you'll have time to save up if you want to buy it. Go to this. So we'll start with Fusion Strike. I have an ETB of Fusion Strike right here. I bought this back when it was 230. And the booster box, by the way, this booster box has hit $1,000 before. I think personally, Fusion Strike will go up. The booster box will go up. It's going to take some time though. I think this is a medium price of the 988, but it will hit it quicker than you think. Now we will go to high to low, so we'll be able to see. As you can see here, we have the Pokemon Center and we have the main. So the main ETB right now is 325. That is like, and to be quite honest, I see this hitting 400, but not in a sense where it's going to hit it next week. In my personal opinion, I think that this is just going to gradually go up. Yes, it's gone up 33% in the last 3 months, but growth like this doesn't happen 24/7 in Pokemon. And in fact, 2025 showed that in specific where it went up a good percentage on almost every product, then has this medium, goes down a little bit, flatlines, and then it'll go up. So I'm going to presume that's going to keep happening for the fact that it's happened before. So history repeats itself, as there's a saying. So I'd recommend if you're going to buy into Fusion Strike, it may not be a bad idea to pick up an ETB. Now, product wise, when it comes to Fusion Strike, I look if you have $1,000 of a budget, buying one thing I don't think would work. And I say this because if you only have a couple month period, and this is what the comment said, so I'm going to go off of this, but if you want to flip it a couple months, realistically, you're not going to make more than $100. That's just pretty realistic. But even if so, you had $1,000 you want to flip in a couple months, right? Booster box is not going to cut it. One booster box will not cut it. It's the thing is you're not going to be able to bank off the fact like something like Evolving Skies, buying $100 box of that. That was something where no one expected for it to skyrocket the way that it did, and the fact that it was at a time where Pokemon wasn't in the care. No one cared about it. That's why I was able to buy boxes for $100, right? But now you can't. Perfect Order, a set nobody likes, even though look, if you like Perfect Order, nothing wrong with that. I like Perfect Order. I haven't even been able to open it because I can't find it. But even that, a set that's like nowadays we're in a demand where even a plain booster box is $200, right? Except for the Pokemon Center, of course. But you get my point. So $1,000, I wouldn't recommend the booster box. If you're gonna buy a booster box of Sword and Shield, there's two options that I would say for you with that $1,000 budget. Now, Lost Origin is a fantastic set. ETB only $185, and I say only because it's Sword and Shield. This is a great pickup, 100%. I actually liquidated mine. I actually went literally flatline value. I liquidated it just so I can make videos, POVs of the card show. Literally because of this ETB, I am gonna have a budget for the the card show, and I'll actually gonna talk about what I'm gonna buy at the card show, and hopefully it doesn't get manipulative before I go. But I plan on buying a couple things because I'm gonna have like a $200 budget. I plan on maybe buying something for investment and also maybe buying stuff so I can rip because I would love to have a big Pokemon channel. That's a, you know, cool thing I would like. I have Pokemon Go, I have Fortnite, I have Clash Royale. Pokemon cards would be sick. Special place in my heart. If you look, we're not going to talk about raw cards in this video. I think single cards are very interesting because I actually picked up one recently and I bought it literally $60 below market. And the reason I bought it below market so much cheaper is because I was able to buy it before it spiked. I wouldn't say I got lucky because I knew the card was gonna go up. I had just saw the graphs, like I understood it was gonna go up. But you're not gonna be able to buy $60 below market, right? That's very 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 unlikely, right? And I say this because single cards are very hard to get good money on. Now the Squirtle illustration rare, I made money on that, but I bought it at $60 expecting to sell it at 75 and have my business. Now I ended up putting my business on the back burner because of other finances that I have to do and the fact that I really want to grow this YouTube channel and focus on this first. But that card's $100+ now. So it's like Look, I'm saying the card is possible to go up, and it's possible to make money on it. But more times than not, you will make a lot more money getting sealed product and special sealed product. Because like, I'll show you an example of special product. Right? We have this. This box is special. I bought it for 60. Inside is about $70 packs. This isn't special. A reason I bought this is because Sword and Shield packs are already going up. It's going to keep going up like crazy. When you buy a sealed product of Sword and Shield packs, it's going to be a lot easier to liquidate or make profit on because people won't have to be sketched out about scanned packs or any such thing. A special collection box, meaning a box that there's more value in the sealed product itself rather than the pack value, meaning the pack value is worth less than the actual price of the box. This has 7 packs of celebrations. This box is like 270, 280. It is not worth the value of the packs is cheaper. Like you would be more off value wise buying packs better than the box. If I open that, I'm wasting $80 and I could have bought more packs if you were going to open it. But if you were going to keep it sealed, you're going to make more money on it. Do you know what I mean? Like these collection boxes give you more money, regardless of the value inside. It's the fact that it's sealed, and it's the fact that you get this bit of protection. People get this bit of protection when buying because you know it can't be tampered with. You can't tamper with a big ass box. So I want to talk about some products, right? ETB, great idea. Booster box, this is going to be easily a $1,000 box. If Fusion Strike can do it, no, don't get me wrong. Fusion Strike is a way better set than Lost Origin. Lost Origin still has great cards. Great cards. It's going to hit this 1,000. And people are going to go crazy that multiple Sword and Shield booster boxes are going to hit 1,000. And I'm telling you, once 3 Sword and Shield booster boxes hit 1,000, they're only going to go up from there. So we have here selling for, smooth 700s. If you can pick this up, in my opinion, as of the time you're watching this, between that 700 to 775 range, I would say that is a valuable pickup, 100%. Other products here that, if you were going to go that Cleavor box that I have, that type of route, these premium boxes would not be bad ideas at all. And honestly, I wouldn't say bundles. I really wouldn't. I don't necessarily think, in my opinion, that they are worth it. Don't get me wrong. This is actually one of the best examples of value comparatively to what it's worth. 6 packs inside, 6 times 15, I believe is 80. And this is $60 above that. So a lot of times when people will do the math, they'll be like, and they'd probably rather buy an ETB. And the thing with ETBs that make them so valuable, even Rebel Clash goes up a lot because ETBs, from what I've noticed, I've made money from Evolving Skies Elite Trainer boxes before they skyrocketed like crazy. Celebrations. I've noticed that, for me personally, I like having a seal collection, but also so do everybody else. Like when you think you have a mindset on something, other people normally will have that mindset as well. And a lot of people put it on shelves. It's a good looking box. And when it's a good looking box, and the same rule what I would apply with like a premium box, it goes up. It goes up well. Not even just goes up, because everything goes up. It goes up well. So an ETB would not be a bad idea. And just a couple cards in this set that are really good as well that will retain the value of this. It will make it go up over time. Gengar, Charizard, Pikachu. Like, when a set has very popular Pokemon, it just keeps the set healthy. Comparatively, what I mean by that is a set that will keep gradually going up and not a set that's just going to flatline for a super long time. One set, for example, that I think is going to have a boost, whatever booster boxes go OD, but it's not going up much. I picked up this Silver Tempest at $350, and I liquidated it to get a tattoo and to go to Arizona for a business trip. I made $20 profit. You know what I mean? At the time, the box was like maybe reaching $420, $430. This Silver Tempest box is flatlining. Now, you can take the risk all you want. If you're going to take the risk on Silver Tempest, take the risk on the Elite Trainer box, because the Elite Trainer box has gone up 33%. The ETB has a lot of room to move. And the mindset I would give some people watching this, if there's a really good flat low and the set's good, there's a very high high that it can hit. And what I mean by that is that, like Perfect Order, for example, if you bought into it, regardless if it goes up a little bit, you bought it so dirt cheap, anything is good that you make money out of it. And so you kind of have to take that same idea and hopefully you put it towards a really good set. Again, not to say perfect order is but, because I kind of like it personally. But Silver Tempest, it's not the best set, and I'm not comparing it to perfect order. It has Lugia and Rayquaza, a couple Blazikins. There's a couple cards that will make this set. I'm not gonna say the word healthy, but it's gonna keep it mediocre, if that makes sense. Because people are more off just buying the card, and like that, when that happens, it kind of makes the set a little bit less valuable, booster box wise. But you know what will go up is the Elite Trainer box, because that's just what happens. ETBs on historical backgrounds just go up like crazy. There's gonna be Silver Tempest ETB collectors, people that want to get that, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like 139 for a Sword and Shield Elite Trainer box is very cheap, very, very, very cheap. And if you look at it, there's 3 different Silver Tempest products. There's the bundles that come with 6 packs. There's the Battle Stadium, and there's the ETB. If you go to a table and you put all 3 of them there, what looks the most appealing? Well, ETB. So I feel like that says enough. ETB, where it's at. One of the most underrated sets, in my personal opinion, that's not getting any love, and even people like Pokeplumber and others are saying the same thing. And a lot of times when you hear something like that, you know it's going around. Just saying. Brilliant Stars. Brilliant Stars is so good. This is so disgustingly underrated. Like, it's actually criminal. Everything about it. Look. Booster box. 600. This is insane. Only went up 4%. Now, this set is in this flatline era. For I don't know how. And I'll explain that. And, by the way, if I had the liquidated money for it, I would. But I just said before, I have finances. I got stuff I gotta do. I'm not gonna lie. I can't pick that up. I'm a little broke. Again, I gotta make these videos and stuff like that. So I gotta pump money back in. There's only so much I can invest into. However, this is a great booster box. Because not only does it have room to hit 1,000 easily. But I'm gonna show you why. Charizard Alt-Art. Now, Charizard Alt-Art is not seeing pretty graphs, which is fine. That is what it is. It's a Charizard card. Charizard cards do that. They hit this huge high, and then they flatline for so long. If you have this, if you pull that card, cool, hold on to it, maybe grade it. I would recommend going out buying it, in my opinion. If you're gonna want value later, don't pick up the single. Some cards I think would be fantastic to pick up graded wise would be any of these evolutions. I even had someone on eBay. I don't buy on eBay that much. I had someone on eBay. I hearted some of their things to go back to because of how much I wanted to. Now, things have changed. I kind of want to PSA grade my stuff, which is why I'm not investing into this. But why I'm giving you this info is hopefully you can take my advice and make some money, right? Investment wise. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the biggest fan of Pokemon Center ETB investments. I know some do very well, but I've never invested into them personally because I don't think it makes much of a difference. Maybe there's some people out there that think they will pay this huge premium just for the fact that it says Pokemon Center. My opinion, I don't see the big fuss. Just like the Victini card from Black Ball and White Flare, I don't see how one could be $60 more. You know what I mean? And so that's why I just invest into the normal Elite Trainer box. So I don't have to put more value into that and I think, oh dang, I really hope it goes up because of how much more money I put into it. Comparatively to, I could just buy, what is it? If I bought, I don't know, you could buy more than these and this, if that makes sense. Or save $100 by picking up this and then put that $100 towards like the Arceus V-Box, which disgustingly underrated. 2 Brilliant Stars, the Chilling Reign, Cosmic Eclipse, and Arceus V-Box. Now, there's people online selling these Cosmic Eclipse packs for like $100. I would hope you're not one of those people watching this. Cosmic goes for around like 65, 70-ish for the most part. What makes this box so valuable, not only is the figure, which these figure boxes, by the way, go stupid. Because a lot of times these figures break over time. They get nasty. A lot of people do mess with figures. That Pikachu box, it's more in value because of the figure. Hidden Fates has the Rayquaza collection box, that premium Hidden Fates box. That went up extremely. I bought it at the time. I was able to get a good condition one. Obviously, I opened it. I pulled a Mewtwo. That was when I was like 16, so of course I want to open it. But the point is that those boxes have such a niched area that people will put money into and will love it and will enjoy it because of the figure, and it is a collection box. That's one of the reasons. Number 2, the Arceus promo card. Never seen before artwork, super unique. Number 3, Brilliant Stars, great set, underrated. But getting a Cosmic Eclipse pack untampered with is going to be crucial later. 1,000,000%. Because I will show you Cosmic Eclipse. A booster box is what? $4,000? $4,000 a booster box. 1,600 market ETB. $400 card raw. $400 card raw. 200, 275, 300. I can scroll. Half the cards in this set are $100 plus. So needless to say, not only do I think Cosmic Eclipse is underrated as a set itself for the fact of pack price, or the fact that it's only $60, which, by the way, hold on. You already know. Look at that. You already know. Got me one of them, of course. Why wouldn't I? I got that from a Rite Aid. Back when Cosmic Eclipse was $20 a pack. Rite Aid had these knockout boxes that had 2 Cosmic Eclipse each. You know dang well with my $20 allowance at 17, I bought both of those boxes that were there. The 2 whole knockout boxes. You know dang well I bought them. I kept one of them, right? So this pack, super underrated. It's definitely going to go up over time 100%. 100 billion%, even the loose pack. But the fact that this Arceus box has a Cosmic Eclipse pack untampered with is going to be huge for this box alone. Like, this box alone, I'm trying to tell you, this is such a good, like, there's only so many good collection boxes out there that you could choose from. This is a big one. Like, if I had $1,000, pick up 3 of these. I'm not even joking. At least. Because you remember I said the other Elite Trainer box, stuff like that, don't invest everything into one thing. If you have $1,000, pick up 3 of these. If you have $150, at least pick up one of these. And obviously, hopefully you don't pay for $150 yet. I don't think this is worth $150 yet. Yeah, 120, 140. If you could pick it, I mean, you'll probably have to start paying $150 soon. I would say the 120 to 145 range. If I see this at the card show, by the way, I'm probably going to pick it up. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie, bro. If I see this at the card show, I'm picking it up. 100%. Like, that would be crazy for you not to. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And I'm even second guessing holding on to this. I might try and trade this for that Arceus box. Could be a banger video. Not gonna lie. Low key, maybe a good video. We'll see. I think that'd be cool. I'm low key not gonna grade that card. It had, look, it's literally fresh, pack fresh. Baby Dink makes this only near mint. No gem mint 10. Now, was I gonna grade it? Yes. Will I sell it because that baby ding? I still was gonna grade it. But now kind of talking about in this video of when I get that Arceus V-Box, I'm going to invest into that Arceus V-Box, and I'm going to make a video about it. Again, this is if I find it. If I find it, you know damn well, I'm going to trade for that. Pretty good, bro. We'll see. Hopefully I find it. It is so good. Not only the Cosmic Eclipse, the Brilliant Stars. Chilling Rain's in there. Chilling Rain is his own thing. I wouldn't recommend Chilling Rain. But the promo, the figure. This is a one-of-a-kind collection box. One-of-a-kind Sword and Shield box. One of a kind. Look. You know what also is one of a kind? Those Evolution boxes. These may not be a bad idea if you pick them up at a good price. What is, you only have 5 packs? You're not picking them up for the packs because, what is that, Sword and Shield base? You're picking it up for the fact that it's an Evolution. You can get it at a decent price. Not that bad of an idea. I do want to show the, let's see if I can find it. Those Flareon boxes. These. They're pretty expensive, yes. But the thing with these boxes is the fact that there is Evolving Skies, there is Fusion Strikes, and there is the All-Star cards. I will leave it up to you to say whether or not you would put your money into this. But I'm crazy to say that Arceus box in 6 months will do better than those Eevee cards. Now, if you were to buy those Eevee collection boxes, take the risk, open them and grade them, then, like, what I'm trying to say is like the odds of you actually really getting really good money out of those Eevee boxes are slim. For the fact that I wouldn't say they're slim. It's that they've hit a flat line at the moment, and they will do a little bit better later down the line. Yes, but I don't know how to explain this, but Cosmic Eclipse is just better. Like that's what makes this box. If this box had been Evolving Skies, it would not be as hyped. But I can't put into words the Cosmic Eclipse that is its value that is gonna have. Because the pack selection in that other collection box, the reason people buy that collection box is for the promo cards, right? And the promo cards are good, sure. The box looks nice, sure. Maybe it's pricey. Maybe it is. Look, the EV boxes aren't a bad idea. I think they're also pretty expensive to put money into. I'm saying RCV all the way, all the way, all the way. I know that's like crazy to say because those EV boxes aren't bad. Like that's the thing, they're not bad. These RCV boxes are just a better investment. Now, if those EV boxes were 150, 175, I'd be like, okay, yeah, they have room to hit 250, 300. But they're already there. They're already there at 250, 300. And obviously all the values in the promos. And for me personally, when I look at a collection box and the value's all in the promos, I kind of get worried a little bit because then people start to chase for the PSA 10 and then they'll just buy the card raw instead of trying to buy from the collection box, which to me makes the collection box a little bit less valuable. You know what I mean? So, and then Brilliant Stars, like I said, look at these cards. These are, even these cards, I think, can hit, look, this can hit 150. This is going to hit 100. 100. Like, all these cards are going to hit 100 easily. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say about that personally. Flareon's in the set. Eevee's in the set. Vaporeon's in the set. Really good set. Really good set. And I feel like for Sword and Shield, there's that one set of Evolving Skies. This set is sketchy if you were to buy raw. Now, if you're to buy sealed product, this is what I would say. Evolving Skies has hit a really harsh flat line. It is at 2,500, which is good. Now, if you were to buy these boxes at 100 back then, damn, are you up? I want to dab you up. If you're buying them at 2,500, gee willikers, you have some time. The set has been out for maybe a couple years. Obviously, this set will never get reprinted. Nothing in Sword and Shield will ever get reprinted because, regardless of what factories they open, whatever, not only would it crash the market and would ruin Pokemon, genuinely, the yellow borders of Sword and Shield are completely wiped out. It's now gray borders. So why I want to invest Sword and Shield so badly is because it was the final era of these yellow borders, which give people so much nostalgia from the fact that all the way back then we've had yellow borders. The fact they switched up into gray makes the Sword and Shield just more valuable just in the cards themselves. You know what I mean? So, Evolving Skies. This is one of those things where I would rather put it into ETBs. I'd much rather do so. Now, the ETBs are a bit intriguing to me. The fact of the Pokemon Center ones, because people, again, put ETBs on shelves. The fact of the matter of how different the artwork is on the Pokemon Center ETB adds a lot more value to it. And that makes sense. Like, obviously, there was a limited print run of the Pokemon Center. That's obvious. Obviously, you get more packs. But I don't know how to explain it, but the artwork on the Pokemon Center ETB on Evolving Skies is so unique that I think, I'm not going to say invest into it, but just put that in your mind. Something to eat your food with. The normal ETBs, I actually got them at around $100 at the time when I got mine 3 years ago. But I sold mine for like 200. Like, I made $100 profit. I thought that was gas. Now, obviously, they're a lot more. But, like, I'm still grateful for that $100 profit because I made $100 for just holding on to something. Like, as I think, making any money on Pokemon, you're not doing anything except for putting liquidity into it, which is doing something. Yes, you had to put time into getting that money. But when you think of it at the end, Like, for example, I bought a Fierce Fist booster box for $125 in 2018 when I was 15. I held on to that box. I opened my Ancient Origins Evolving. Oh, Roaring Skies. That's what it is. Roaring Skies, Ancient Origins, Evolutions when it was $90 on Amazon. I opened all the Generations mythical boxes, the Meloetta, the Genesect, the Darkrai, the Celebi, the Manaphy, all that I had. I opened up a bunch of Hidden Fates, all the tins when they were $10 at Target, all this stuff. But the one thing I kept to was Furious Fist. And I ended up selling that in July last year and made $2,600. I sold it $300 below market at the time because not only did I want to look really good for my business, but I also knew the margins were disgusting. I made, now don't get me wrong, a long years period of time. But my point is, I did absolutely nothing except for keep the box in good condition, and I made $2,500. $2,500 for just holding onto a box. Yes, long period of time. Whatever. Like, yes, that's the thing. I'm not ignoring that. But the point is, when you hold on to product, you're genuinely doing nothing but holding on to it. So the fact that you can make so much money is a good thing. Kind of what I'm trying to get at. I think these Evolving Skies ETBs would be good to invest into. That's really all I would say. I wouldn't really put it into anything else here. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's most of these other things have hit flat lines that I think would be really, really difficult to move forward. So that's kind of it for Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield base is mid. Darkness Ablaze, Vivid Voltage, Rebel Clash, all mid. Brilliant Stars, green flag. Evolving Skies, yellow flag. Everything else I talked about, Lost Origins, fantastic. Silver Tempest is a yellow flag. Astral Radiance, I don't get how this set isn't expensive. I really don't. I don't even want to tell people to buy into it because it just pisses me off. Like, I would say this is a good set, and I'll back it up. The fact that not only this is cheap makes me want to cry. Because this set isn't bad. This set could be an easily $200 card. It's only $180 right now. Starmie V easily could be a $200 card later. Especially because Misty just, on average, in history, has done really well. A $7 guard jump card. Palkia there. Beedrill went up like crazy. Dialga. This set. Darkrai as the Elite Trainer box. Which, by the way, this is like the closest. Like, look at the price close. Like, the fact that it's $70 difference boggles me. Now, don't get me wrong. You can't see this Darkrai. I don't know why they did this. I think they could have done so much. They could have made that crazier. But now looking at it, I can see why. I'd rather just pick up that ETB because when you look at this one, what are you even looking at? You know? But this set is so weird in my opinion because of how good the cards are. There's numerous $100 cards. And yet, it's still low. So, what would I say about Astral Radiance? This set's going to take so long to go up. But I feel like when it goes up, it's going to go up crazy. And it's going to blow everybody's mind. Now, the one set I forgot about was Battle Styles. I'm not going over that, by the way. There's only that Tyranitar in that set that makes it really valuable, and the Empoleon. But the Empoleon's not even expensive. It's just a cool card. Astral Radiance, this set has good cards. Now, the reason why I can't speak so confidently on this set is because there's so much banger cards. But what ended up happening was that everybody would buy the raw of these cards. The Starmie. Maybe the Machamp. But what I mainly see is people will grade mainly this Starmie V and PSA 10 it and then make good bread off that. And a lot of times, people are just buying the raw card instead of the booster box, which can happen with some sets. I think Silver Tempest is a good example too. Like, the price of the box is one of those things where you'll just pick up the, like, if you want to pull a Lugia, you might as well just buy the Lugia instead of buying the box. Astral Radiance, you want to get the Starmie, just buy the Starmie, you know? So, the thing with Astral Radiance, I think the only thing that's going to really go up like crazy in the next 6 months is the Elite Trainer box and the Starmie V and the Machamp Alt-Art. Basically, everything except for the booster box is going to go up like crazy. I think the booster box maybe go up like $50-$60. It'll have Silver Tempest treatment, or it goes up slightly, but it doesn't go up far. I think it's going to take a while for this set to go up, but I'm going to be very happy when it does, because later down the line, 2 years down the line, when the set's really getting difficult to find, people are going to want to pull this. You know, instead of trying to buy this card for $3 grand PSA 10. You know what I mean? That's when people, I feel like, start buying sealed product. When the cards get way too expensive. Evolving Skies is a good example. Where it's like, you want to pull it because you don't want to spend $400 for a card that seems too outreachable. This set is reachable. And I think that's why it's so cheap. So y'all can let me know in the comments what you think. I think this is a good yap. If you had $1,000, that's what you should do. Summary. Oh, last thing. Celebrations. Last thing. This Ultra Premium Collection box, so you have to put a lot of money into it. If you're going to buy this, hold on to it for 2-3 years. This will 1,000,000% go up. Not only because of the fact that there's a lot of packs. It's one of the most unique collection boxes they can make. The gold cards in there are one of the most unique aspects that Pokemon's ever done for a box. They've only done that one other time, and that was with the 151. This is going to be more of a longer investment and a lot of money to put into it, but a really good idea to pick up. Both these ETBs, I would just recommend picking up the normal Celebrations one. It looks a lot similar to the Generations when people get nostalgia. This is just going to be a box that goes up a lot. This may not be a too bad idea, but I wouldn't hold my nuts on it. This card, $200, is in that box, by the way. So if you were to open this, you get, like, I would say 80% of the value, which is hard to do for a premium box. That's not even grading cards. That's just raw value. Each figure box, $260. This, you could pick this up. This is a really unique and niche thing that would be difficult to sell later down the line. I know eventually I'm probably going to liquidate mine. I'm thinking once it hits about 300-ish, that's probably when I'll liquidate mine. Or when Celebrations loose packs start to get to $50 a pack, then this box will go way more, of course. But in the meantime, I'm holding on to it. Also, $200 Charizard card in this set is pretty cool. Anything else in this set that I think is unique? The fact that this is 120 to 130, the value you get, it's like the Cleavor box I talked about. Zacian box, great idea. Level X is a unique thing they don't have much collection boxes of. This pin, I made a video about this. This pin, I'm telling you, is unique. I'm telling you, this is. You might think I'm scratching at the walls, talking to the walls, thinking I'm psychotic. This alone will help. This alone will help the collection box. I have one of these. I'm not grabbing it under all the cause. You know what? I will. Same box. You feel me? Like, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. I bought mine for 80 when the box was 120. I got a really good deal. This is a great box to pick up because regardless of how long it takes for people to realize how unique this pin is and how nice the card is, like the promo, there's 4 Celebrations packs in here. This set, if you pick this up for 120, that's the cost of the Celebrations packs. Now you get a Vivid and a Chilling, which is $12 alone. Zacian, which is a couple bucks. Again, the thing about the pin that's so unique is that it's a surfing and flying. They've never done something like that. When a box is so unique, it just goes up. I just don't know how else to word it without sounding crazy. Charizard is the same price, but if you can pick up the Charizard for 130, look, if there's a table and you see the Charizard for 130, the Sylveon for 130, and the Zacian for 130, please, for the love of everything, pick up 2 Sylveon. I'm kidding. Pick up 1 Charizard and 1 Sylveon. This would be good because either people want to get the set and you make more money, or either way, they're both going to sell. Because the Charizard card will go up more of the time. Sylveon cards are going to go more of the time. Of course, the Celebration packs were. So, obviously, at the time, I was only able to find this Zacian box, and I was actually supposed to pick up 2, but the place I bought it from, they refunded me saying they only had 1 when they showed 2 in stock, which I scratched my head. I was a little sad, but I was able to pick up one $40 below market anyway, so I didn't really care. But look, these 3 collection boxes are good. They're decent value. Now, they're the same price as the Arceus box. Please pick up that freaking Arceus box over these. I am not even kidding. Because Celebrations was hated at first. Now people start to like it because of the 30th anniversary coming soon, and some people actually enjoy some of the artwork in the set. The fact that you can pull a $400 card and 3 different of those cards, 10 of the cards in Cosmic Eclipse are over $100, and you still want to buy a Celebrations box, and you think that's a better investment, I would say you're crazy. So what I would say is pick up the Arceus box, is what I mean. Other than that, look, there's the tins. I wouldn't recommend the tins, personally. Tins are unique products that decently go up, but unless they're really, 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 really unique, I wouldn't recommend it. But this, cool. You know what I would say? Because I say this because I want to be honest. Wow, Celebrations packs are going up again. Okay, that's sick. I only have 1 loose pack of Celebrations at the moment. 300. Who the hell is buying 300 for 39? Oh, that's probably manipulative. But if you are to, good collection box as well, by the way. This has the playmat one. I would recommend buying the playmat one. Just buy the normal one. People will buy the normal one and buy the playmat and get it for cheaper. So highly recommend buying this one over it. Unless the playmat's like $10 more, then buy the one with the playmat, obviously. But for the most part, like, this box is unique. I bought mine for 35, 40 when 2021 when the set came out. It's gone up 23%, which isn't bad. What's so unique about this box, and what reason why I think it's going to be more than 190 soon, is this V Union. This only came out with a couple collection boxes. Morpeko, Greninja, Mewtwo, I believe were the 3. Unique. 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 If it is unique, there is a lot of good buyers for it. I'm telling you. Pikachu Jumbo. Unique. 4 Pikachu cards in one box. Is that not crazy? Now look, it is a lot more pricier to get now. It's $200 a box. So if you had $1,000, let's say the 3 Arceus boxes. It's $130 each. So we'll do the math, okay? So there is 3 Arceus boxes. So 3 times, let's say you pick them up for $130. 390. We're gonna pick up one of these boxes. 195. I did the math wrong. Okay, 390 plus 195, 585. So now I only have $400 left. If I were to make this super risky investment, I'd pick up an Astral Radiance booster box. Then my profit margin, or not my profit, now my $1,000 is gone. If I didn't make the riskiest investment on that last part, that last $400, that last 400 would go 1 Charizard, 1 Sylveon, which would say about 150. So we'll do, what was it, 390 plus 195 plus the Sylveon and the Charizard, which we're going to say is 125 plus 125. Obviously, hopefully you get it at that price. 250, 835. There's $170 left, right? With $170, we're going to go to, what I would think be the decent idea to go to is, I would think either, okay, I have $170 left. I can either try and get someone to get me this for $170, try and talk someone down, which is kind of hard to do, right? So, with that $170, I would say either pick up a Brilliant Stars Elite Trainer box, or find stuff like the Virizion. I spelled it wrong. Find stuff like the Virizion V box, which has, where the heck? Oh, hold on. Let me give me a second, please. Where it's like you have $170 left, right? Then I would go to a box like the Virizion box, where the Virizion box has 2 Lost Origin, 1 Fusion, and it says of all these guys, it's Astral Radiance. Okay, so that box has 15, 30, 45, $55 of value, just sealed. I would say with that last 170, get some product that has Sword and Shield. I think it's called like a Paldean Collection or something along those lines. Has 2 Silver Tempest and 2 Brilliant Stars. If you wanted to go that, I would say this more, because Fusion Strike and Lost Origin are a lot more valuable. With that last 170, I would say buy 2 or 3 of these boxes. So with this, let's go to the last recently sold. People, where the hell are people getting this for 45? Okay, it's 55, okay? So with that, you just get 3 more. So 835 plus the 3 times 55. We're literally at 1,000. And that's what I would do. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. God bless. Just love y'all. I'm telling you, Sword and Shield is going to go crazy. It has the best room for the craziest margins in the next year. Have a great day. Catch you on the next one.